Dawn in a city where the sunrise has rarely been more welcome. For the entire night, New York's famed skyline had been shrouded in almost complete darkness, and the only lights on Broadway were from yellow cabs and cars. On the streets of America's financial capital, scenes from a third world slum. Thousands of stranded commuters were forced to join the ranks of the city's homeless. Whether rich or poor, it was the longest of nights.
I started at 4 o'clock. I've been here. I don't even know what time it is anymore because my cell phone died an hour ago. So I've been here since 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon.
You've been here about 14 hours.
Yeah, well, I've been here 14 hours then.
You managed to sleep?
I dozed for about a half hour. And then there were some mice running around on the sidewalk, so I decided to get up.
It's very scary as a tourist here. Don't know what to expect. First time in New York and I'm sleeping on the streets. But yeah, weird experience.
They call this the city that never sleeps. But for this elderly gentleman, it wasn't for lack of trying. The blackout began just before yesterday evening's rush hour, bringing chaos to the traffic-clogged streets. Members of the public were forced to deputize as makeshift cops.
Go straight, go straight. Go, hurry up. Go straight, hit it.
Avenues normally jammed with cars and trucks were quickly flooded with people, and thousands more were stranded for many hours on the city's underground trains in stifling heat of almost 100 degrees. For a time, parts of the city were brought to a complete standstill. For New Yorkers trying to get home, it's an absolute nightmare. As you can see, many of the streets are completely gridlocked. This car hasn't moved for the past 45 minutes. Darkness brought more menace, but none of the lawlessness and looting which city leaders feared. The people of New York are learning to cope with the unexpected. After the attacks of September the 11th, this has become a battle-hardened city. And this is its heart, Times Square, normally a technicolor blaze, but starved of electricity. City authorities had desperately hoped to have power restored by this morning's rush hour, but there's still no clear indication when all the lights of Manhattan will come back on.
Why could the power system of the world's richest country fail so badly? And could it happen here? Let's just take a look at the US electricity network. There's no single national grid. Instead, there are 3 networks. One over on the western side of the country, one on the eastern side, and a third in Texas. But it was large stretches of this eastern grid, which also connects up with Canada, which failed yesterday evening. Cities from Ottawa and Toronto up in Canada, down to New York and right across to Detroit were affected. And that left as many as 50 million people coping without electricity. Now, power cuts aren't exactly rare in the United States. In California 2 years ago, they suffered a whole series of blackouts as supplies of electricity ran dangerously low during a crisis over how the state's system was operated. But what caused the lights to go off this time isn't really clear, though it seems one small incident could have caused a domino effect right across the network.